Welcome everyone to today's video. Today I have something very near and dear to my heart to showcase to y'all today, and that is the Texas Civilization mod made by Airborne 506. I helped him a little bit on this, just find bugs and balance out a few things, and I know people like Iron Kaiser has also helped him test things before, and I'm very excited to explain the design and show just a lot of the unique things about them, which make them tons of fun. So the first thing you'll notice is they have the federal system of age up, which means that they have 21 cards, and every time you age up, you unlock 2 unique cards. But instead of states, it has founders. So we have like the Mother of Texas, the Viceroy, the Marquis, the Explorer, and I think that's the Marquis, the Explorer, the Ranchera. These were all based off of real people, I believe, these photos and such. So it is very historically based and a lot of fun. So we're just going to choose a Viceroy because he does have this building, which is like your unique church card.
Yes.
Annoying little bugger. So the first building we have here is the ranch. It's basically a hacienda. It's got a couple of like unique little reskin thing, I think, but overall it's very similar, and that makes sense. But uniquely, instead of the vills, it has sheep, and like it's there to produce sheep and cows mostly is its main thing. So that's pretty straightforward and fun. We'll go through the barracks, and we'll go through all that stuff. That just ships a church wagon, enables you to build an extra one, and gives you a unique church card. This card here, I don't think I need to go through and explain all these, but there's all these different cards do different things. I'll explain the ones I like. Obviously, you got like unique cards that make the ranches be able to shoot when people are gathered inside them and all types of stuff. But that is not the most unique thing here, so we'll just keep going on here. In the barracks, so yeah, I think we'll do barracks first. We'll go through other things later, but we'll go through barracks first. So in the barracks, the H2, what you have is the rifleman and the Texian militia. The rifleman is basically, it's like the crossbow replacement, or what are they called? The Land Wars and the Ordnance Riflemen, those type of units. So it's kind of a mix between a state militia, an expo, and a skirmisher. So pretty fun unit overall. They have, all these are like really fun, unique designs. They're absolutely beautiful. Then we have the Texian militia, which reuses the sharpshooter from the USA Revolutionary icon, but I'm actually totally okay with it because they look awesome. I just realized I think my phone's not silent. We're in planting season right now, so I keep getting farming texts. Whatever. And as you can see, he's a little bit cheaper than Musketeers, but he's 5 coin cheaper. But he makes up for it by being weaker, in that he only has 145 HP. He's only got 20 range attack, but he is slightly faster, so he's unique in that. But he also has this unique ability here, no retreat, no surrender, so he attacks faster the lower his HP is. So really just a fun, unique unit. I played a couple 1v1s versus Forbidden Soul, and it feels like a new thing. Like a lot of Musketeers, they start feeling repetitive, but this actually feels really fun to use. So yeah, in the stable age 2, we have the Trooper, which is basically he took the stats from the pre-changed Hackapellet. So it is a heavy cav with a area ranged attack. It's a shotgun, and it like the pre-Hackapellet. It has a ranged attack, good hand attack, but low HP, stuff like that, and no multipliers versus like cav or anything. He did slightly lower the hand attack because H2 it would have been a little bit busted, but it is quite a good unit, and it only costs 100 food and 90 coins. A little bit cheaper there as well, but higher on the coin. And they look marvelous as well. They're very fun to use. The first card we're going to look at here is the Cowpunchers. These are basically all the unique cards, so I'm just going to go through them. Is the Cowpunchers, and it enables you to train cowboys, which I totally forgot to build this saloon. Let's just get that done first. But basically, it just enables cowboys in the saloon. As you can see, I can train them there now. And enables them, they cost 1 less pop then, and they cost less coins. So instead of like the usual 130, now they cost like 126.
Yep. Okay.
So nice little boost there, and they can harvest from these, which I might need to mention to the guy who made this. That's a little bit. They can get like 0.25 per second or something, or 0.75. It's a little bit much. They can be a little bit strong, I think, but that'll require further testing. But a pretty fun unit, and actually we'll go through the outlaws as well, because like Mexico and USA, it has unique outlaw set. Pretty basic. It's just pretty much the Mexican unique outlaw. Obviously different skin and stuff, but the ability is essentially the same, and the damage and everything is basically the same, which is fine. That's good. Actually, I think USA and Mexico both have a same one there. The unique one here is the Bounty Hunter. It is a range shock infantry with a unique charged attack. So, yeah, it's basically what it is. It's like... Yeah, I don't think there's been any other outlaw range shock infantry, so kind of fun. It might be hard to tell, but since they're countered by the same things as skirmishers, such range cav and or range shock infantry and heavy infantry are countered, heavy infantry are countered by the same thing. It's okay if they might resemble heavy infantry, because people still just build skirms to beat them, so it's pretty straightforward. Then we have the claim jumper, which is basically just the I forget what it's called, but the guy who throws the grenade for the Mexican outlaws. So really only the Bounty Hunter is unique, the claim jumper and the other people, the Gulf Coast Buccaneer, are not as unique. So fun stuff. And this is when we start getting to the really fun stuff, is as this card here, San Patricio Volunteers. I'm sorry if I botched that. Ships a number of powerful Irish musketeers and enables you to recruit them at the volunteer camp, which we'll see in Age 3. But these are basically reskinned Royal Guard Irish Brigadiers. They have the extra, a little bit extra HP and stuff, and slightly more damage, as well as, you know, obviously good hand attack. And they just look beautiful as well. I just love, he did a lot of unique skins and stuff for this, and it's absolutely wonderful. So, one thing before we go into the next stage that I want to mention is that as we go through here, you'll notice some repetitiveness. So as you can see, we already have the Cowboy, but then we'll be able to get the Mounted Ranger, which becomes the Texas Ranger. So that's 2 ranged cav, and then you'll see the Texas Dragoons, which will be 3 ranged cav. So you can get 3 different ranged cav. You can get, like, I counted up to 7 different... oh my word, excuse me. I counted up to 7 different musketeer units. And you might be like, wow, that's repetitive. What's the point of that? Well, that's because it is historically accurate in the way that Texas basically brought in people from a lot of different places during their revolt against Mexico. So it makes sense that there's a bunch of very similar but slightly different units. So it might be repetitive to have 7 different musketeers. It is very fun and accurate in my opinion. We'll just go ahead and age up. We'll go up with the judge. Obviously, I want y'all to be able to explore a lot of these by yourselves. But then we have, because you definitely should go check this out. It is now public. Then we have here the veteran sharpshooter, which unlocks age 3. Very much it's just the USA one. Yeah, there's nothing too special. He does have a couple unique cards here, like this one adds 2 range, so they can actually get 25 range compared to USA's 24 range, but they are weaker in stats due to less light cards. We'll go ahead and look at we got the
yeah, I'm ready.
Riflemen. You can see they're age 2, and then these other guys at age 2. Obviously just very beautiful. I just absolutely love it. I don't know whether or not to go through all these, because I kind of want y'all to go through them there yourselves, because they're just amazing. But that's whatever. And then age 3 here, we also have the Ranger is now enabled in the stable, and it is pretty basically it's a slightly weaker Dragoon with 2 more range. But one thing it can do special is dismount to become the dismounted Ranger. It keeps all the same stats, but it becomes slightly slower, and now it is counted as a range shock infantry, which means it takes less of a multiplier from things like skirms, than a ranged cav does. So it is, in a way, slightly a buff, but it's going to be, like, weaker versus cav, basically, like normal cav, but stronger versus, like, skirm units. And it can also become invis-in, which I'm on, I don't know, I think, I have speed always wins, so I think that's why they can change instantly. They shouldn't be able to, I don't think, normally. But, fun unit. We also have here age 3, the first, or actually the second, church card tech, which is the Old States Volunteers card. It's called the Spirit of 97, or 96, I think, sorry. I totally should have checked that, but whatever. And these are basically just reskin State Militia with Royal Guard, and they look awesome. Since they're just volunteers, they all look very, or a lot of them look very different and very, very fun, which is just something I love. And then age 3 is the Civ bonus, is you unlock these 2 shipments right here, which is, each one is a volunteer camp. So this one and this one of them enables your volunteer camps to train the Old States Volunteers, and the other one enables you to train the Gonzalez Lancers. Those are those 2 right there. And we can also train this guy because of this card. And basically, it'll just slowly train units. So right now it's training 1 batch of Old States Volunteers, but we can switch it to train the Musketeers or the Lancers. The Lancers are just Chinacos, but but they're Royal Guard, basically, and they Shadow Tech. He was a little worried that these would be busted, but honestly, it's a shipment to get something that's worth about 1.5 resources per second, which will be boosted by this. So it's not busted in my testing, although that might be proven wrong in the future. We also, just a lot of fun cards here. One thing I extremely love with this is how much work he did on the history of these things, and he came up with a lot of fun cards. So we got like Line in the Sand, which was a historical fact, whereas like, if any of y'all want to leave, he drew a line in the sand. If any of y'all want to leave, leave now, and no one did. So this card adds siege armor to like your infantry units, just 5%, not too bad. Tall men with tall rifles makes them, your skirmishers and stuff, do more damage. Army of the People makes your musketeer units here and like the volunteer units, these here have more damage and such. Then we got the Texas Dragoons. As I said, there's several different Dragoons you get, which are just Royal Guard Dragoons, and we can now train these from the fort. We got the Banco de Comercia y Agricultura. I totally botched that, but it's just a bank shipment that also makes your units gather coin faster. Very, very fun. We have the Marine Guard, which enables us to, if that ever gets done. I'm gonna mount these guys back up. Which enables you to train Texian Marines from your steamers. They were accidentally shadow teching before, but that has since... They were accidentally double shadow teching before, but that has since been fixed. They now have normal Marine stats. So this is going to be completely useless on land maps, but on water maps you will be able to train these from steamers. Which... I was a little worried this card might be OP, but I think it's actually not because it's quite an investment. You gotta get this and then the steamers and a card to train them for a very high price, 60 food and 75 coin. But otherwise, they're just standard Marine unit. And we also got the Champs d'Azel. We can go ahead and ship that, and it's just Grenadiers, and now we can train Grenadiers from here. This is one of my favorite units. So the Gonzalez Lancers, like I said, is just a Chenico.
I'm going now.
But
I'll do it.
I absolutely love this, their skin. So like they look awesome here. They have the Liberty or Death, which is a real thing. The Lancer swore, I believe. You can fact check me on that, but I believe so. And they just all these things just look so cool to me. I love them so much. Like, where's those Grenadiers? Check out these Grenadiers. Look at what he did. So he's got, like, some of them with the awesome hat there, and then some of them got the sideways hat, the bicorn, and it's just lovely. We can also do the Article 2 card, which will enable us to train regulars from forts. They are differently skinned here, so that looks awesome. And it's just, Maybe y'all can't appreciate this like I can, being from Texas and all. But I just absolutely love all this stuff. It is just so beautiful, so well done. And yeah, let's head up to age 4. So there's 2 age ups here, which I wanted to showcase both, but just for the sake of time, I'm gonna go with one. So the Etzel's Spherian, I'm gonna call it that. This card is basically your infinite native unit card. Like most civs have, you know, infinite 12 Cherokees or whatever. And this is an infinite Wittelsbach Mountain Trooper shipment. And they're a lot of fun. They have unique skin, very cool. But we're gonna go up with the Folk Hero, which will age up with this. Let's go ahead and get. Let's just go ahead and check these out. Look at these guys. Now they got like those pants things. Oh, just amazing. Yeah, those look beautiful. Let's get this guy here. They're just so good. They're so good. And let's get the Rangers. Now they're Texan Rangers. The Texas Rangers. I just love them so much. Our Dragoons, I actually didn't realize they have a unique green coat as well, so that is awesome. None of the units, none of these volunteer units will change how they look. They'll look the same every age, but they look awesome every age, so there's no need to change them. See that? That's the 25 range. Very, very fun. And we got some fun shipments here. The first we'll look at is the Wall Street of the West, which is a reference to, I believe, Dallas and Fort Worth. More so Fort Worth, where they would sell their cattle at and stuff. That's where you would take your cattle and sell them. And that enables you to sell cattle like you would an African civ, so we can get 500 coin for one cow and 500 wood for the other. Very fun. It makes up for the fact that you only have one factory. I don't have that in the deck just because I need space, but yeah, you only have one factory as a civ. Buck and ball charges, very fun card. It enables a slight area attack onto your Milim or Texan Militia or Milim Guard. We have the repeating rifle, repeating firearms tactics, which makes your Rangers have a faster rate of fire. It's 15%. And this is something I love. So this man, Mr. Airborne 506, he could have just gone with normal 2 heavy cannons, and these are just normal 2 heavy cannons. But he added, like, a whole thing. The Twin Sisters of San Jacinto. 2 beautiful pieces of hollowware presented to you by the citizens of Cincinnati. It's literally just 2 heavy cannons. But he adds, like, this whole name and epic description. The work this man put into this is just amazing. I love it. Absolutely love it. We got this. Oh, this is the age 4 thing for the church. Ships 28 United States Army deserters who crossed the Sabine River to help Texas. And it's just 28 regulars. These are actually different than these regulars. These are our Republic regulars that we can train for the fort, and these are just 28 that you can get as a one-time thing. They're not affected by like any special cards, but it is a strong upgrade or shipment of units. The New Republic enables us to build forts for cheaper. Then we got dance halls. I don't really need to show that though. I'm gonna go ahead and delete some units. Just like half of these. The vacation irregular, don't really need many of those. We don't need all these. We don't need all these. 2 heavy cannons, no. And we don't need these. We honestly don't need any of these. Okay. Where's the other cards? Okay, so this one here. Fun card, Garden Spot of the World. I guess I am just going to show these. There's a lot more I could have shown y'all, but I'm just going to show these ones I chose here. Garden Spot of the World. Ranches gain extra trickles. So when you do that, obviously I have speed always wins in, so it's a little weird looking, but it's like a 0.5 of whatever resources you're getting. So if it's set on food, you're getting 0.5 wood and 0.5 coin from each ranch. And if it's set on like cattle, you get 0.5 food, 0.5 coin. Oh, it just kind of goes on. Very fun though. We have the Home Guard shipment. Ship 16 militiamen and upgrades them to Home Guards that gain additional hit points and attack in the Industrial and Imperial Ages. So it gives them, it just ships a bunch of Minutemen. gives them a unique skin, and now they don't lose HP, and they have more attack.
I'll do it.
So these are actually separate from the Marines. The Marines you have to train out of here. These guys you can call out of buildings and such.
I'm ready.
So very cool unit. They were a little busted before, but I don't think so anymore. But yeah, very, very fun. Deus Libertad y Convención. Again, as I said before, I'm sure I botched that. Basically just ship some Rio Grande rebels. I don't actually know the history behind this, so I assume that some other state was revolting, as the card says, the neighboring states of... I'm sorry, I'm gonna botch this. Cahulia, Nueva Leon, and the Tamaulipas have rebelled and formed the Republic of the Rio Grande and established a capital in Laredo. Ships a number of powerful revolutionaries to fight the Centralists and enables you to recruit them as a volunteer camp. So now we can get these. And these will get boosted in Imp Age as well. So very cool unit. It's just like a revolutionary, but Royal Guard. And this is one of my favorite cards, so one of the best for last. Lions of the West ships an additional frontiersman for each shipment you have sent so far this game. So we ship this, and we get a bunch of frontiersmen, just based on the length of the game, well, how many you get. And these are basically just a unique musketeer. You cannot trade these. You can only get these one time. This is why I'm totally okay with the 7 different musketeers, is usually you won't have all of them, and if you do get all of them, it'll be like once. And basically it's a bunch of Daniel Boons. They have a range attack multi versus heavy cavalry. They got very high hand attack, good HP, but they do have a negative multiplier against light infantry and hand attack. And then they have this ability, the victory or death, which makes them basically do a hand attack charge. So very, very fun unit. Now into the Imperial Age, last stage. There's a lot of choices we could go here. This one enables some Cherokee units. This one's the Texas Age Up. But this one boosts your Rangers. This one boosts your ranching. There's so many things to go with. Let's just go with this one. No Messengers of Defeat. Inspired Flag gains much wild area. That's basically the Illinois one. They also gain hit points. And this one is basically it's basically the Man of the Hour card, I believe it's called, for Mexico. It makes him boost nearby units like the flag does, and also enables him to train a musketeer. So yeah, overall, very, very fun stuff. I absolutely love this Civ. I guess we can look at all their imp skins. I don't think they changed too much in Imperial Age. I suppose not. Let's look at these guys. I know this guy does a little bit. Yeah, it just changes his gun, so it appears that only this guy gets really changed.
I'm ready.
But overall, just so many fun things. I just love this so much. This guy puts so much work into it. There's so many details and other cards I haven't shown here that have just little, basically just hints at different historical texts and things. It's just amazing what he did with this, and it's very fun overall. I'm hoping to 1v1 Iron Kaiser, both using this mod, and so look out for that. I think it'll be fun. But also, I just hope to use this more. I just love playing it. So I hope to maybe get a group together to play it, have other people test it, because I think unlike other mods, this is actually a balanced 1v1 Civ. Now some of this might look crazy, but I tested it in some 1v1s so far, and it's not really crazy like in a 1v1. And it's not any crazier than Mexico is in a free-for-all or late game situation.
What is your command?
So overall, he just did such a good job. I love it, and I hope y'all will love it too. Hope y'all test it out, download it. It's either called just the Texas Civ, or I think it's the Republic of Texas Civilization mod, made by Airborne 506. So go check it out, and I hope you like it, and I'll see y'all next time.